Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a legendary 500-piece limited edition in platinum that debuted in the year 2000 to celebrate 10 years of the reborn Lange Söhne manufacture. This is the Lange Söhne Langematik Anniversary. The timepiece is traditionally sized 37 millimeters in diameter in platinum. It's 8.6 millimeters thick, 44.1 millimeters from lug to lug. It has a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. The timepiece is substantial in weight but reasonable in size, so it wears well even on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. And because of the size, you could fit it easily under a dress cuff, but you could also wear it on a lady's wrist. A wrist as small as 13 centimeters circumference will wear this watch well. Taking a quick look at the strap, you can see this is a Lange factory strap in outstanding condition. It's a calfskin black on the bottom, gator skin black on the top. You can see it's a matte finish, large rectangular scale gator. It has some bolstering. It has a monotone stitch. It has a sheer cut side showing the layers of leather. And a feature I always like to shout out, which is the design of Lange's pin buckle. Two special features. One, you can see that the bridge is elevated over the prongs on the side so that it doesn't add additional thickness when it's on your wrist. The buckle with and without the strap is the same thickness, so it doesn't stack up on your wrist. You have a little retaining bar inside. You can see that bar, and the purpose of it is to make it easier to extract the watch. If you're like me and you have a small wrist, you can use the smallest hole or even punch a smaller hole. Well, the watch normally strapped tight on a conventional pin buckle could get pinned on the pin, but that little retaining bar makes it easy to remove the watch even when it's strapped down tightly. You can see here the watch shows marks of wear over the years. It is, after all, 22 years old, so there's some marks on the platinum. In general, platinum can be refinished, however, without removing metal, so the timepiece doesn't necessarily get diminished by the application of polishing. It's more a question of whether you want it to be unrestored in factory forever or look like it's brand new. Platinum General can be refinished without removing metal. Now, taking a quick look, you can see characteristic elements of Lange. We have a cylindrical case with a domed bezel. There is some contrast here that's not present in every Lange watch. We have a satin mid-case, polished lugs, polished case back, polished bezel. You can see the Lange branded crown, and then the dial, which was a real tour de force. You can see that it does feature the Roman numerals that would be later associated with the Richard Lange collection. It wasn't explicitly branded that way initially. The timepiece with a two-piece Grand Faux enamel dial. You can see the first piece is the primary dial, and then there's a cutout in the center, and a second little disc has been printed and inserted to make up the sub-seconds. So this is Grand Faux enamel. It's built on a precious metal base, so the dial base is actually precious metal, generally gold or silver, and then up to 20 firings of vitreous or glass-based paint are used to create the lovely, glossy, gleaming pocket watch-like surface of the enamel dial, which has a spectacular red Roman numeral 12. Then we have blued alpha-style hands, a very attractive watch with unexpected color for a stolid and sober anniversary piece from Lange of East Germany. Now, the timepiece, of course, in addition to its remarkable 20 times fired vitreous enamel dial, incorporates an early version of the Saxomat caliber. This is the Langematik, and here's why. Automatic winding, it has a 46-hour power reserve. It is a very special zero reset hacking second system. It doesn't just stop the balance when you pull the crown, it actually resets it to 60, so you can set it more easily against a reference time. The movement has a rotor, which is extraordinary in that the center of the rotor is made of 21 karat gold, and then the actual mass is made of platinum. I don't know of any other company that uses double precious metal for its winding rotors. You can also see several different finishings, including anglage, chiseling, and satination on the center rotor. And then there are fired blue screws holding the two together with a black polished cap at center. Now, if you look, you can see we have a lot of black polish on this watch. We have the cover to the escape wheel, the swan's neck regulator, the case clamp screws, the ratchet wheel over the barrel, and the center to the rotor. All of that is mirror finished with diamond paste. We have German silver bridges, actually a nickel copper zinc alloy, with the copper giving it its golden hue. Quite a bit of mirrored anglage. You can see because there's a cutaway for the 3/4 rotor, you actually get a little bit more mirrored bevel than you normally get on these 3/4 style bridges from Lange. And we have a freehand engraved balance cock. You can see the balance beaten away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. The component that bears the balance is freehand engraved. We have stripes across the bridges, perfectly aligned, and then engine-turned perlage on the base plate. We do have those fired and black polished screws. They're finished to the same standards. One set fired in a kiln to create this lovely cobalt blue. You can see there's a satin finish directly underneath the rotor, as well as more engine turning on the base plate below it, and all of this is 30 meters water resistant, which is standard for a dress watch. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Langematik anniversary.